Mystical insights. What are the Akashic Records and how do they work? The Akashic Records, often described as a metaphysical repository of all universal knowledge, find parallels and references in a variety of religious, esoteric, occult, metaphysical, and ancient texts. While the explicit term Akashic Records is modern and popularized by Theosophical and New Age movements, the underlying concept of a cosmic archive of knowledge and memory has deep historical roots across cultures and traditions. 1. Hinduism and Vedic traditions. The origins of the term Akashic can be traced to Hinduism and its sacred texts. The Sanskrit word Akasha, meaning ether or sky, represents the fifth element in Hindu cosmology and serves as the foundation for the concept of an all-pervading medium that carries vibrations, energy, and knowledge. Key references: Vedas and Upanishads. In Hindu scriptures, Akasha is described as the primordial substance from which all creation emanates and into which all returns. The idea of Akasha as a carrier of sound and memory aligns with the Akashic Records' role as a repository of all events and thoughts. Example: the Chandogya Upanishad discusses Akasha as a space of infinite knowledge and the medium of existence. Samkhya philosophy. One of the 6 classical schools of Indian philosophy, Samkhya, identifies Akasha as one of the tattvas, elements, through which the universe is structured and maintains its memory. Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. In yogic traditions, accessing universal knowledge through heightened states of consciousness is akin to accessing the Akashic Records. 2. Buddhism. While not explicitly referencing the Akashic Records, Buddhist teachings often touch upon similar ideas of cosmic memory and interconnectedness. Key concepts: Alaya Vijnana, storehouse consciousness in Mahayana Buddhism, particularly in Yogacara philosophy. The Alaya Vijnana is a repository of karmic imprints and seeds that shape the experiences of sentient beings. This parallels the Akashic Records' role as a repository of actions, intentions, and their consequences. Omniscience of enlightened beings. Buddha's ability to perceive past lives, his own and others, and understand the karmic threads of existence reflects access to a universal field of knowledge. 3. Theosophy. The modern popularization of the Akashic Records is largely attributed to the Theosophical Society, founded by Helena Petrovna Blavatsky in the late 19th century. Blavatsky drew upon Eastern philosophy and esoteric traditions to articulate the idea of a cosmic record. Key contributions: Helena Blavatsky's The Secret Doctrine. Blavatsky describes the Akasha as an etheric substance that preserves all thoughts, words, and deeds, functioning as the universal memory. She emphasized its role in spiritual evolution and the interconnectedness of all life. Annie Besant and Charles W. Leadbeater. These prominent theosophists expanded on Blavatsky's ideas, suggesting that the Akashic Records could be accessed through clairvoyance or advanced spiritual practices. 4. Occult and esoteric traditions. Occult and esoteric schools of thought have long explored the idea of an unseen repository of wisdom, often aligning it with the Akashic Records. Key traditions: Hermeticism. Hermetic texts, such as the Emerald Tablet, speak of as above, so below, reflecting the interconnected nature of all existence. The idea of a divine archive that influences earthly events resonates with the Akashic concept. Kabbalah. In Jewish mysticism, the Sefer HaZohar, Book of Splendor, introduces the idea of an energetic blueprint or cosmic knowledge embedded in the divine emanations, Sphirot. The Book of Life in Kabbalistic teachings is sometimes likened to the Akashic Records. Alchemy and Rosicrucianism. The pursuit of universal truth and understanding in alchemy often involves tapping into higher planes of existence, similar to accessing the Akashic field. 5. Religious texts and concepts. Several religious traditions, while not explicitly mentioning the Akashic Records, contain concepts that align with the idea of a divine repository. Christianity. Book of Life. Mentioned in the Bible, particularly in the Book of Revelation, the Book of Life records the deeds and faithfulness of individuals, determining their eternal destiny. This is often seen as analogous to the Akashic Records. Example: Revelation 20 verse 12. And I saw the dead, great and small, standing before the throne, and books were opened. Another book was opened, which is the Book of Life. Omniscience of God. The Christian concept of an all-knowing God who sees and remembers all events and intentions parallels the idea of a universal memory. Islam. Preserved tablet, al-Mahfuz in Islamic tradition, The preserved tablet is a divine record in which all that has happened and will happen is inscribed by Allah. This resonates with the Akashic Records as a timeless archive. Example: Surah Al-Hadid 57:22 states, "No disaster strikes upon the earth or among yourselves except that it is in a register before we bring it into being." 6. Ancient and indigenous traditions. Indigenous cultures and ancient civilizations also hint at the existence of cosmic knowledge repositories or collective memory systems. Key examples: Egyptian mysticism. In ancient Egyptian beliefs, the Hall of Mot serves as a metaphysical realm where the deeds of the deceased are weighed against the feather of truth. This idea mirrors the Akashic Records' role in evaluating karmic patterns. Native American traditions. Some tribes speak of a great spirit or an interconnected web of life that holds the memory of all creation, akin to the Akashic Records. Sumerian and Babylonian mythology. Ancient Mesopotamian texts reference the tablets of destiny, mystical objects that hold the fate of gods and men. These tablets can be likened to the concept of a cosmic record. 7. Metaphysical interpretations. In metaphysical literature, the Akashic Records are explored as part of the universal consciousness, accessible through spiritual practices. Modern authors. Edgar Cayce. Known as the Sleeping Prophet, Cayce frequently accessed the Akashic Records during his trance readings, providing insights into individuals' past lives, health, and spiritual paths. Rudolf Steiner. The founder of anthroposophy, Steiner spoke of an etheric record that preserves all human and cosmic events, emphasizing its significance for spiritual evolution. The concept of the Akashic Records originates from esoteric and spiritual traditions and is often described as a metaphysical compendium of all universal events, thoughts, words, emotions, and intentions that have ever occurred or will occur. The term Akashic is derived from the Sanskrit word Akasha, meaning ether or sky, symbolizing an all-encompassing energy field that acts as a cosmic memory bank. The Akashic Records are not considered physical records, but rather an ethereal repository accessible through higher states of consciousness or spiritual practices. They are often compared to a library or a database of universal knowledge, and are regarded as a tool for personal and spiritual growth, offering insights into an individual's soul purpose, past lives, and potential futures. Origins and philosophical foundations. 1. Historical roots. The concept of the Akashic Records is deeply rooted in ancient traditions. Hinduism and Vedic traditions. The term Akasha appears in Hindu scriptures like the Vedas and Upanishads, representing the fifth element, ether, and the medium through which all cosmic vibrations and knowledge flow. Theosophy. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the Akashic Records became popularized in Western esoteric traditions through the teachings of theosophists like Helena Blavatsky and Annie Besant, who described them as a universal memory imprinted in the fabric of the cosmos. Edgar Cayce. The sleeping prophet Edgar Cayce brought the concept into mainstream spirituality in the early 20th century, describing the Akashic Records as a resource he accessed during his trance readings to provide profound insights into health, past lives, and soul purposes. 2. Philosophical basis. The Akashic Records align with metaphysical principles. Interconnectedness. They represent the interconnectedness of all things, transcending time and space, where past, present, and future coexist. Causality. The records reflect the principle of karma, documenting the cause and effect relationships of thoughts and actions. Non-locality. Modern parallels can be drawn with quantum physics, suggesting that the records might function like a non-local field of consciousness. Nature and function of the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records are often described in metaphorical terms to make their abstract nature comprehensible. A cosmic library. Imagine a vast, infinite library containing books that document every soul's journey, choices, and lessons across lifetimes. A holographic field. Some theorists liken the records to a hologram, where every part contains the whole, meaning that all knowledge is present everywhere simultaneously. Energetic blueprint. They are seen as a vibrational imprint of all consciousness, accessible to those attuned to their frequency. How the Akashic Records are accessed. Accessing the Akashic Records is considered a spiritual practice requiring focused intention, openness, and alignment with higher consciousness. Common methods include: 1. Meditation and visualization. Practitioners enter a meditative state to quiet the mind and tune into the vibrational frequency of the records. Visualization techniques, such as imagining a celestial library or a sacred space, are often employed. 2. Prayer and invocation. Sacred prayers, such as the pathway prayer process popularized by Linda Howe, are used to set the intention and open the gateway to the records. These prayers align the practitioner with the Akashic field. 3. Channeling and intuition. Some individuals naturally access the Akashic records through intuitive insights, dreams, or moments of heightened awareness. 4. Guided practices. Working with a trained Akashic record reader or teacher can help individuals navigate the records, especially during initial attempts. Insights gained from the Akashic records. The Akashic records are thought to provide guidance in several areas. 1. Personal growth and healing. Identifying and releasing limiting beliefs, karmic patterns, or energetic blocks. Understanding and aligning with one's life purpose or soul mission. 2. Past life exploration. Gaining insights into past life experiences and their influence on current circumstances. Healing unresolved trauma or karmic ties from previous incarnations. 3. Future possibilities. Exploring potential outcomes based on current life choices while respecting the principle of free will. Receiving guidance on aligning with one's highest potential. 4. Relationship dynamics. Understanding soul contracts and connections with others. Healing and improving relationships by addressing karmic patterns. Ethical considerations. Accessing the Akashic records requires integrity and responsibility. Consent. Practitioners must seek permission before accessing the records of others. Intent. The intent should always be for the highest good, avoiding manipulation or misuse of information. Respect. The records should be approached with reverence, recognizing their sacred nature. Criticism and skepticism. While the Akashic records hold deep significance for many spiritual seekers, they are not universally accepted. Scientific perspective. Skeptics argue that there is no empirical evidence for the existence of such a metaphysical repository. Psychological interpretation. Critics suggest that the insights derived from the records might stem from subconscious processing or imagination rather than an external source. Cultural appropriation. Some view the Western adaptation of the Akashic records as an oversimplification or misrepresentation of ancient Eastern traditions. Modern perspectives. In contemporary spirituality, the Akashic records continue to evolve. Integration with science. Some theorists attempt to bridge the concept with quantum physics, proposing parallels with fields like the zero-point field or collective consciousness. Therapeutic use. Healers and therapists incorporate Akashic insights into holistic practices for emotional and spiritual well-being. Accessibility. Books, courses, and online communities have made the Akashic records more accessible to those interested in exploring their potential. Conclusion. The Akashic records remain a profound and mysterious concept, offering a framework for understanding the interconnected nature of existence and the unfolding journey of the soul. Whether regarded as a literal cosmic archive or a symbolic tool for self-reflection, they inspire seekers to explore their inner depths, uncover hidden truths, and align with their highest potential. Their enduring appeal lies in their promise of universal wisdom, guidance, and a deeper connection to the fabric of life itself.